Hey guys, Civilian Soldier 762 here, and what I've done is laid out a few different styles of Russian AK mags. All these are mags that are issued, or production mags, no prototypes or anything like that here. And I just wanted to go through and show some of the differences in them. And I guess we'll start with the 762 mags. The first generation of AK mags, to my knowledge, were these slab sides, and they're really heavy, thick steel, just super heavy duty mags. They're a blued finish. You can find them with an enamel paint finish too, and I believe those are ones that have been just refinished or factory refurbished maybe, but they've got some pretty cool stamps on them. I don't really use these much, but I like having them just for collection purposes. Then next we have probably the most common style mag, which is just, the red steel mags. This one is a Tula. You can tell by the star there. And this one is an Izzy, or Izmash. You can see the triangle and arrow logo. I love stamps on mags, like the paint stamps or the actual machine stamps. Here is an aluminum waffle. I don't think these were used for very long. Some people call them paratrooper mags, but I really don't think they were actually issued to paratroopers. But they're made out of aluminum. They're really light. I like them. They're pretty robust in the design, I guess, to compensate for the aluminum material. But I mean, they seem to work fine. It's just I'm sure they could get damaged easier than a steel mag, but still quality mags, and they look pretty cool. And these things just have a ton of stamps. Some of them have more than others, but I mean, they're just loaded with stamps. And then when you get into the Bakelite mags, which they're actually not really Bakelite, some people call them phenolic resin, but I don't call them that. I mean, I actually work in a chemical operation that makes from chemicals all the way to plastics, and phenol is basically used in most plastics. So that's why I don't call them a phenolic resin, just because most plastic is. It's basically like a fiberglass or like a glass reinforced plastic. But I think the first ones were the considered the long tops. You can see the top there is long, and this one is a Tula. They should have a flat floor plate. And the second generation of long tops, you can tell the difference because of these two little indentions are closer together on the first generation, where the second generation is further apart. And that's just an Izzy. I just want to show you a couple different. These Bakelite mags have so many color and texture variations. I think these things are just so cool to collect because of all the different colors and just styles to them that you can find. There's reds, oranges, different, just patterns in all of them. The way I guess that fiberglass or nylon, whatever is layered in there, makes the design just really cool. And then in the regular Bakelite mags, you've got two different styles. These are both Tulas. You've got I believe this is what's considered 4th generation. It's a flat on the back. And actually, this one is a Cyrillic Tula because it's got, you know, a letter from the Cyrillic alphabet in the mold number. I think maybe one of these long tops is that way also. And this one is, I believe, a 3rd generation. They've still got the ribbed spine. And also, I believe the 3rd generation, yeah, they don't have any steel reinforcement in the feed lips, where the 4th gens do. But here's just a couple of Tulas, 3rd and 4th generation. Let's see here. Here's a Izzy 4th generation. I just wanted to give you a few examples of different styles. Sorry, the fluorescent light in my garage is terrible. It doesn't do these mags justice. Here's a Cyrillic one too, an Izzy. 4th generation. Let's see. These are my favorite mags, ones that have markings on them like this. And they're just some different variations in color on the Bakelites also. Some cool grain. You can just see how wide the colors range from. This one's really cool too. If I can get it. But yeah, the mags with markings on them I think are cool. Some of them, I don't know if they're unit markings or what they are, but a lot of them you see with like the PB or the, let's see if I find another one up here. That T2P. You see a lot of them like that when you get them in bulk shipments. I just think they're cool, kind of like, not really trench art, but just neat. All right, then we get into the modern, the AK100 series mags in 7.62. This would be for AK103. This is the ribbed ones, polymer mags. I really like these. I think these are my favorite 7.62 mag for like an Arsenal SLR 107, you know, something modern looking. And then you've got what are the smooth side or slab side 103 mags. And there's some differences in them, which you'll find in a lot of these Russian mags. Like this, see the size of the mold numbers. And then another thing that's common that you'll find variations of is the side of the Arsenal marking. Some of you can find, you know, different sizes, variations, placements on different mags. All the ribbed ones I've found all have the same ones, but some of these are different. Alright, let's get into the 74 mags. Try not to make this a 20-minute video. Oh yeah, this one I want to show you too. It's a Malat drum. This one's a Cyrillic marked with the Malat shield and star. There's several variations of these floating around. Some of them don't have the Malat shield and star, and I believe those are ones that were made for export purposes or for military contracts, so they don't put the Russian markings on them. And then you've got the Cyrillic ones like this that have the Cyrillic alphabet, and you've got ones that are just regular numbered. These are pretty cool, pretty pricey. Prices have changed on all these mags. Some of them when I've got them years ago were a lot more than they are today. Like these used to be about 350 bucks for these drums. Luckily, I bought a case of them and got them for a pretty good price, but I've sold them all, and that's the only one I ended up keeping, unfortunately. At the time, I didn't realize that they would be a lot more scarce. And that's a gamble you play with a lot of this stuff. If you want to collect, I mean, you never know when you'll see something again, so if you want it, it's worth paying it to you. For some people, they can't see paying that price for mag, and then in the future, you might get one, find them, and the price is cut in half. I mean, it's just a risk of it. For me, it's for collecting, so it's not necessarily an investment or, something where I'm too worried about it. If I want it and it's not outrageous, I'll pay for it.